this announcement that China will increase the tariff rate on American goods coming into China to 125% effective Saturday comes off the back of a clarification from the White House that the increased rate that Donald Trump announced of 125% on Chinese goods coming into the US is in fact in addition to the 20% he'd already implemented earlier in this presidency. So that's bringing the total on Chinese goods coming into the States up to 145%. So this tit for tat continuing and continuing to escalate. Now, in the statement put out by China's State Council Tariff Commission, there is quite an interesting statement. They say that even if the US continues to impose higher tariffs, it will no longer make economic sense. They say at the current tariff level, there is no market acceptance for US goods exported to China. If the US continues to play the tariff numbers game, China will ignore it. It does go on to hedge a little bit, saying that if the US insists on continuing to substantially infringe on Chinese interests, Beijing will resolutely counterattack and fight to the end. So suggesting there that, Beijing might stop with the tit for tat on the tariffs, but there are, of course, other ways that Beijing can inflict pain on the American economy, even if it's only symbolic. For example, we've heard that Beijing plans to now reduce the already rather small number of American films that are imported into China every year. So there aren't many American films going into China every year, although it is a hugely lucrative market for those that do get in. However, this is of course something that really strikes at the heart of American culture, the American economy, saying that, Beijing saying they're going to target industries like Hollywood and the film industry. Now, we have also heard from Xi Jinping today. He's finally spoken publicly about this US-China trade war. He said that there are no winners in a tariff war. He was meeting actually with the Spanish Prime Minister and called on China and the EU to jointly oppose unilateral bullying, of course referencing Donald Trump's tariff regime, saying that going against the world will only lead to isolation. Now, some of the most recent comments we've heard from Donald Trump do indicate that he still wants to talk to Xi Jinping. He's talked repeatedly about his friendship with Xi Jinping, about the fact that he has a lot of respect for the Chinese leader. But on the other side, we are not seeing the same kind of rhetoric in return from Beijing. So it doesn't seem like those negotiation talks will be in the works anytime soon.